recently Lake Wales Highlanders won their first state championship in football, and joining us now is the head football coach at Lake Wales, Tavares Johnson. And Coach, congratulations.
Thank you.
I know recently you were honored by the Polk County Board of County Commissioners, and so we took the opportunity to grab some time with you. If I'm correct, you were on the '94 team with Coach Schaefer that were state runner-up. Is that correct?
Absolutely, yes. So didn't play much, but definitely was a part of the team, the culture that Rod Schaefer set. What a legend. He's one to, of course, will always be remembered in the state of Florida.
Sure. Not only Lake Wales, but obviously at the college level here in Polk County as well. And then you replaced Coach Schaefer in was it his second stint at Lake Wales? Either way,
sure.
you replaced Coach Schaefer, right?
Him.
So what was that like, replacing your coach?
Felt ready but not prepared.
Okay.
Wasn't sure if the community was ready to move forward. So there was a lot of things going through my mind at the time. I don't think I can probably just recall or talk about them all, but just there were some big footprints, some big shoes to fill. Rod is again, he's a Hall of Fame coach in the state of Florida, and for every right reason. Rod sacrificed a lot of time and made sure that we had what we need, and was prepared for the next call, whether that be college, workforce, military, and so some great memories with Rod Schaefer. Not only played for Rod, but coached alongside him as well.
So what did you take from those experiences? And then you take the job. There's pressure because you're a Lake Wales guy coaching at Lake Wales, so there's almost added pressure than if you were somewhere else. What did you take from Coach Schaefer that you instituted those first years at Lake Wales?
I can tell you what I did not take from learning and just playing for Rod and coaching alongside is learning to create a culture to where we had a player-led team. I just thought that sometimes as a coach, you can take the game out of your players' hands. You can take the game away from them, whether it be mentally, whether it be just with their play calling. But something I reminded myself of daily is that we wanted to build a culture to where, we let the student athletes thrive. And so I believe that was the difference in the success we've had under my leadership is not being a coach-led team, but being a player-led team, if that makes sense.
Absolutely, and the game has changed over the years. The way coaches coach players, the way players respond to coaches, the community involvement, all that. I think this was your 9th year. Was it your 9th year?
Yes, sir. It is my 9th year as the head coach.
And you get a state title. First one in Lake Wales in football, correct?
In the history of the school, yes.
What does that mean to you?
It was epic. It's a feeling hard to explain. It meant so much not to just our players, our staff, of course our school, just to all of the former players, everyone that have supported the program over the years. That day meant a lot for us, I think, too, and us for us moving forward. There's I believe we won our community, and some, obviously to be able to get more support and to, even for our players. And I think the challenge that comes along with that is, I think the same problem that we deal with in society, and it's entitlement. Sometimes, success breeds entitlement, and, trying to keep our players honest and make sure they don't just feel like we're entitled to winning.
And that can be true with the fan base as well.
And with the fan base as well. And so, it's twofold, but, most of all, I feel that it has really, propelled us in a way to where, we can be good football. It could be some good football in Lake Wales for a long time.
Talk about competition, because the competition in Polk County is stiff. A lot of times, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, softball. I mean, because there's a lot of talent across all sports here in Polk County. I've always heard the saying, if you can get out of Polk County, you have a good chance to win a championship. And then also talk about how hard it is. People don't understand, you see a Bill Castle, and he just won his 8th, and of course he's retiring, but it's hard. It's hard to win one, let alone repeat or win multiple championships. Talk about that.
It is hard. It's challenging. Life is hard.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and so, school sometimes is hard. I mean, but again, just speaking on commitment, that's one of our pillars of our program that we've instilled from day one. We have 4 pillars we believe in, and that's commitment. In anything, in order for you to be successful, you have to do those things that others don't want to do,
mm-hmm.
to become sometimes the team, the person that you want to become. We believe in relationships. Relationships are important. That you as a team, like Bill Castle said, it's a team sport. We have to know that we have each other's back, and know that when things get hard, again, we have, the team around us to keep us focused on the goal and not so much the day. Of course, we accountability is the one pillar, and then accountability is extremely important to be on time, to show up on time, to always be disciplined, and then of course I believe of them all, commitment is probably most important, because again, it's just you're going to face just times where it's things you just feel like I don't feel like doing that. I don't have what it takes. This is too hard. Mm-hmm. I'm not smart enough. I'm not physical enough. I'm not fast enough. And so, but through that, I think persevering, showing some grit, persevering through those times, will definitely make a better you, a better version of you. And so, coupled with that, we've instilled. We did a book study, which was different this year for us, and the book study was brought about through our team chaplain, Pastor Scott Markley, and it was based on the book of Tony Dungy, Playing with Soul. Soul represented, S represented selfless, O ownership, U unity, L for a larger purpose. The state champion has always been the larger purpose. Mm-hmm. But again, I think, of course, what made that, what made it happen is just, a player-led team. They believed, they were committed from, last spring, when it started all in the year of 22. And then, of course, just through the summer of just dedication, sacrifice, hitting the weight room, early morning workouts, 6 a.m. workouts, mm-hmm. Making that sacrifice, showing themselves to be committed to each other, to be committed to the, to the larger purposes. But again, ownership, they've owned it. It is Polk County. It's tough. It's a playoff game each week, and no matter who you're facing, again, I feel that those things that were talked about with, commitment, accountability, relationship, those things will show up throughout those weeks.
So how do you transition from the hunter to the hunted when it comes to the defending state champion? Or are you, like a lot of coaches, that was last year's team, this is this year's team?
Yeah, I think just remain humble, walk through every day with humility, and just know that, there's no time for rest, there's no time for slack or to slack off. And like I said, not allow that spirit of entitlement to take over our mindset. Mm-hmm. It's just we have a larger target on our back now, and so it's just important that we do the little things right, and the little things that go into each and every day. That's from the time we wake up until the time we close our eyes at night. Just making sure that we win the day. We've done all we could to get better, to get closer to another championship.
Let's say you didn't get the job at Lake Wales and you're somewhere else out of the county, somewhere else in the state of Florida, and you get your first state title. Though it would be special, do you think it would mean as much as winning a title for your school and for your town? Either way would be good. Don't get me wrong.
either way would be rewarding, and rewarding to the kids that put in the work every day, and to the support, and to the fans. I tell our kids, don't, we can't take it for granted. I mean, because it's important of how we approach each and every day. But to get back to that stage, or to get back to, contending a state title, it's important to us. But again, we're just trying to make sure that we continue to live by the recipe that helped us, win a state title this year.
Well, again, congratulations, and I'll try to get a really early preview. It's not even spring ball yet, but how many players do you return on offense and defense, and what's next year look like?
So we graduated 20 players, which 11 of them wants to continue to play football, and they will. But again, offensively, we were led by a great quarterback, and a kid that was devoted, dedicated to the program, day in and day out. He did what it takes to just not be a quarterback, but to be a leader. And so that's going to be a huge position that we're going to have to fill for offense. Of course, receivers, Jeremiah England, Philip Davis, Xavier Marlowe, Deontay Landrum, the list goes on. And so we have our work cut out for us. So offensively, the best thing is we return our starting 5 on the offensive line. And so, every football is won in the trenches. It's a game of inches.
Sure.
So we that's a positive for us, and so we're proud of that. Lake Wells is just, considered it's Polk County, and so we don't, I'm not too concerned that, we will not be able to just rebuild, or not saying rebuild, but just reload. There's always talent to go around.
Sure.
Defensively, we're going to miss the guys up front. Terrell James have done a remarkable job for us this year, led the state in sacks, and just was an anchor of our defense. And Terrence Edmonds, who's here with us today, Tavares Johnson, and linebacker led by All-State Sean Major. Those guys, you hate to see them go. You wish they can just stay, stay forever. But again, we understand that their life is starting.
Fortunately, it's not like college. They don't get the COVID year.
But again, we're looking forward to continue to be Lake Wells, be who we are. They believe the brand and they respect the brand, and so the younger kids that are up and coming, we're really excited about our future.
Well, Coach, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Good luck this upcoming season.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey everyone, if you enjoyed this interview and want to watch more Sports Central, click the video below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.